Go Grizz. Go Grizz. All right. What are we here for? What's the good word, everyone? I'm Kenny Varn, the owner of Sportshaveballs.com. Welcome to the show. I used to have Sports and More show. I might get back to that in the near future. But we're talking about the psychology of sports betting. Now, I don't care how emotional, how excited or down you get while actually watching a game, which is just 1/1000th of a game, but it's it's the fun. I understand the fun of watching a game and the ups and downs. I even say, ask my wife. She's like, I just go, the ref makes a bad call, affecting the outcome of the game. Me, I'll say stuff like that. Don't take that to the betting table. When shelf the loss, shelf the win. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you won 9 out of 10. It's just as hard to win the next one. And with losing streaks, now you will hear people tell you, and I disagree with this. And I've had this thought going on a lot. You're going to lose 7 in a row. No, you're not. Maybe you will, though. Be prepared, because it can happen. No matter what strategy you put in, it could just, the ball doesn't bounce the right way, and then you make a couple of bad picks where the way you read the information wasn't correctly, and then all of a sudden there's 5 fumbles and they lose by 1 point when they were 10-point favorites, and they would have crushed them. There's the bad beats. And another thing about bad beats, there are a lot less bad beats than you think. I know SVP on ESPN, he'll be like, look at this bad beat. Look at this bad beat. There's a million games. Look at where these games are coming from also. And sometimes it's not a bad beat. This team has a bad bullpen. They blew a 5-2 lead. Bad beat. I lost 6-5. No. This team has a good bullpen. They were up by 2 and lost. Oh, wait. One of the better bullpen guys was out. You got to know this stuff. Take responsibility for the loss. You're going to take the credit for the win. I take credit when I win. I don't care. I'm like, yeah, I made a good pick. Or, yeah, I made a bad pick and got away with it. No, you always got to know when you got away with a win. It's like, okay, I got away with a win. That was really a loss. In my bank account, boom, it's a win. You celebrate it. But not as much as you celebrate a win where you went through the information, it made a lot of sense, and you get a win. When you get a lucky win, psychology of saying, okay, what did I do wrong? Same with a loss. If you go over the games, you don't let it crush you, because you're way mentally smarter than letting, game, I've lost 5 in a row. It doesn't matter. If you put the process, the information we give you here at sportshaveballs.com, and learn how to read the information and put it into place, and not look for, the ref cost me money, or we're going to do a show on rigged, and that's going to be just a whole lot of fun, because it's like the only thing that's ever rigged is something against your team. No one's like sitting there going, yes, this game was rigged. Yes, and I knew it was going to happen, and that's how I win 80%. Blah 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 blah. It's always negative. We here at Sports Have Balls are going to keep everything positive. I don't care what you do during the game. Just don't let that carry over to the next bet. Don't go, I don't want to bet on him. He quit in that game. He might not quit in the next game. They might get off to a good start. But that's the whole thing. This psychology of what's going on the field is crucial for how teams win and lose. But psychology for you as a sports bettor, there are many ways to win at a high level in sports betting. And most people are a fan. I'm a fan of the Montana Grizzlies. So I might not bet those games. I know you can bet those games. Yes, you can. But Syracuse. I love Syracuse. The Raiders. Don't Most people are fans, so they're like, "Oh, now I hate Mahomes." And there was a year that they didn't cover a lot, but I took advantage. Chiefs are my rival. Who cares? Mahomes is awesome. Mahomes is the best quarterback. What happened at the end of like 8 to 10 games in a row? They won the game. They covered twice. Did we bet against them? No. I am not comfortable betting against them. And we're going to do a show on parlays too, on how you're lied to about parlays also. But I was able to put them in a money line parlay and go 7-3, 10-game winning streak. I was putting them auto. In the end, they're going to win the game, and I rode that streak until they lose, until they not playing as well or playing a better team. But they were going to win this game. They were favored by 9, 11, win by 5. And it was a sweat half the time. But learning how to bet good teams is another psychology advantage you can get. They can't always cover. There was a year where New England covered almost every game. Cleveland did not cover any games. Like they went one covered 10 in a row, one did not cover 10 in a row. But the Sharps were always losing on the Patriots, always losing betting against Cleveland because they had this made up word for a lot of it called value. Oh, the value's on this team. Well, the value was on UConn not covering a huge spread in the national title game. Yeah, that value won again and again and again because they're overvalued because everyone's betting them. There's another thing. You're gonna go through things and see, I'm betting against this team because everyone thinks this is going to happen. I'm going the other way. Well, why are you going the other way? Are you going because everyone thinks? Well, that's not going to win in the long run. That's going to be a tout that says only 1% of the people win and that the public always loses. The public doesn't always lose. The public doesn't lose well over 50% like you're going to be lied to about. So, and that's another thing. That's another psychological thing. When you're like go through a 5 and 6, if you happen to go through a 5 and 6 span, all right, you're going back and forth, not making any money. I'm going to go to Twitter and see some of these handicappers. Boom, I've gone 12-4 in my last 16. Anyone can put anything on Twitter. Look, and they can even prove to you that they won some games. You're only going to find the ones that actually win, or you're going to find the negative Nellies that all day long, all they do is look at handicappers from a website or 100 people work at this one place and they just pick them apart and go, oh, he keeps losing. Hey, how do you know he keeps losing? Oh, wait, I'm paying to see him lose so I can be negative. People just love to be negative. That's what they do. If people are negative here, commenting negative, so what? We're going to bring value. We're going to bring you information. We're going to bring you how to stay grounded. And I'm the most emotional person there is when it comes to Grizz football. It's like, let's go. We played for the national title. And if we score a touchdown in the second quarter instead of falling an inch short, I think that game might go down to the wire. But instead, we lost 20-3. But it's all right. We overachieved. It's okay. And that's another thing we're going to do. We're going to break down some Grizz games. So I want to have a handful of people be on the ride for the Grizz. The Grizz are going to go win the national title this year. People don't know it. They're going to see the North Dakota State, South Dakota State, who will both lose their first game this year. But go, oh, these teams are so magical and out there. We rolled past North Dakota State, so we don't want to hear it. So, and then we got beat by South Dakota State. When you have to beat both in the same year, now that's tough. When you have an easy ride to the finals like South Dakota State did, they avoided North Dakota State because they were undefeated, and deserve to avoid playing good teams. They were not as beat up as we were. Uh, but that's a whole sidetrack. And that's what we do. We're going to get sidetracked here too when we do videos because we're going to have a lot of fun doing what we do here at sportshaveballs.com. I can even forget what we were even talking about because I get so excited about the Grizz. But it's all coming back to be smart, learn how to process information. You're going to get the information. You're going to get the information that can produce winners. The thing people want to do is blame someone else for everything. Blame someone else because you made a bad pick. Oh, all these people are on this one side. Oh, it was so good. Or the opposite. All these people are on one side and the public's usually wrong. So I'm going to go either way. Do your research. And then it's you. It's you. That's why I don't like selling picks anymore because if I win 55% for someone, it's not good enough. If you go on a 20-5 run and then go 4-5, it's not good enough. So I'm out of that, Not enough people appreciate good information. So what do? We give you the information so you can make the bets and make it. I'll give an opinion to anyone. I'll do a coaching and go, this is what I think. But the bottom line is when you press the button, that's your bet. You're not stealing someone else's bet because you're putting the money on it. You're not going, oh, I got inside information because this guy's 5% was leaked. I'm going to bet it, lose, and then blame the person who had it as a 5%er. Oh, well, he was 9-1 his last 10. So why did you like it? Did you like it for a reason? And then that put you over the top? Awesome. It's still your fault. It's always your fault when you lose. It's always your fault when you win. So it does go both ways. So once you get the mindset that's all on you, it's awesome because it's you. You're not going to go to Twitter. You're not going to go to Facebook and go, this guy showed me some great information and I read it wrong. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say, man, we were in a good groove. Not all bets win. But I want to make sure you guys try not, like I just did, try not to use negative words. Try to keep your words positive as you're going through. People are going to tell you it's inevitable that you're going to lose 7 in a row, lose 9 in a row. They'll say they did it. They'll sell you picks and watch them for a year. Watch their Twitter and what they report for a year. Never do they say they lose 9 in a row until it's well in the past. Then they're like, oh, everyone loses 9 in a row. I lost 7 in a row. I lost 8. There's no guarantee that you're going to win or lose 8, 9, 10 in a row. Just being prepared. And the way they do it, I think, is shady. The way I'm telling you, I'm not telling you sooner or later you're going to lose 7 in a row, so be ready. I'm saying just be ready for everything. You can lose 7 in a row, 4 of them being good bets, 2 or 3 of them just being, toss-ups. There's going to be a lot there. Toss-ups that go your way or don't go your way. And don't worry about bad beats because bad beats do not happen as often as they let you know. And you always, this is another psychology, psyop, they always remember, oh, that bad beat I had. They don't remember the 5 times where they should have lost and they won. Unless you're doing a journal of your sports bets and keeping track of them. Yes, a journal. With guys, it's a journal. So there you go. Stay even keeled. And you know what? Blow out during the weekend. Blow out during the game. Don't drink. Don't smoke. or anything while determining what you want. If you're smoking weed, you're just going to be like, let's just take it. Let's just do it. And alcohol, I don't know. That goes all over the place for everybody. Just have all your mind clear when you make your bets. All the other stuff that you like to do it. Whatever. But with sports betting, have the clear mind because you're absorbing information and then you have to use it correctly. If you're not using it correctly, find out what you did wrong. It's okay to be wrong. We've all been wrong. So just remember, there's a big time psychology element. You feel like you can never win. That's why people go and buy picks. Because, I can never win. Or the opposite, they can't win. So they go and complain about other people that are in a business of winning or losing or however they're touting their service. And their whole goal is just to be negative about them. And sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. Who knows? And on Twitter, you won't know. So remember, keep your mind clear and join us on the journey here at sportshaveballs.com. Join the channel here. Subscribe, don't subscribe. Doesn't matter because the psychology of winning it's just another tool in your toolbox that will get you to the next level. We're going to talk about rigged games. I can't wait to do that in another video. And we'll get to how to bet baseball, basketball, football. It's going to be awesome. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Join the journey at sportshaveballs.com and let's make money. Boom. Whoops, didn't end it. Boom.